Great Ogoni people, great. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Today, I want to talk about the kind of government that we are looking forward to seeing in Ogoni land. You see, some people have asked me, what kind of government, what kind of autonomy are you talking about? And I want to say that autonomy is a very complex issue. But it can always be negotiated, so you know the level of autonomy which you desire or which you want, and you can spell it out completely on the table of negotiation. However, before I continue, I want to say something. You see, my greatest pain in life is seeing Ogoni people begging like slaves in that country called Nigeria, when we are supposed to live like kings. Ogoni graduates are just roaming about, going to Abuja, going to Lagos, just trying to see if they can get employment, but to no avail. Ogoni people are suffering tremendously, and it has never changed. It is a pain. And until we address Ogoni issue, until we address it properly, Ogoni people will keep suffering. So, I want to concentrate on the kind of autonomy which we need in Ogoni land. And I would like to borrow a leaf from Hong Kong and a little bit from the UK. I always love to use Hong Kong because I love the kind of autonomy which they are operating. You know, Hong Kong is a special administrative region in China. They were formerly under the British colonial rule until the British handed over to China in 1997. But they have a special administration which gives them much autonomy to govern themselves and improve their lives. And it is a very beautiful one. So that is the kind of autonomy which we desire in Ogoni land. Autonomy, they are, like I said, it's a complex issue. There are different kinds of autonomy. Even giving you a state is also one. But what matters is the level of control given to you. Is it like in Nigeria? All the states in Nigeria, they are all autonomous states. But now, let's look at the level of autonomy which is given to them. It's very less, very minimal. So, indirectly, they've been controlled from Abuja, and which is wrong because it doesn't allow development. It doesn't give you the opportunity to develop yourself at your own pace. That is not the kind we want in Ogoni land. We want the kind of autonomy that the Ogoni people will be able to develop themselves politically and economically. So the kind of autonomy we want in Ogoni land, whereby we will have an executive, legislative, and the judiciary. Ogoni will have this. So we can decide our own political life, our legislative life, and our judicial life without being interfered by anything from any other part of Nigeria. We don't want interference. And we should be adequately represented in any government institution in Nigeria. If you give the other people 5 slots, you must give Ogoni people 5 slots. It's as of right because we deserve it. Now, economically, Ogoni people should be able to control our own resources. It is ours. It is our right to mine our oil, our gas, and whatever natural resources we have, sell it, and then decide how the process should go. We will give some percentage to the federal government so they can help develop other regions in Nigeria, but the Ogoni people should have the greater percentage of it. That is the kind of autonomy we want. We would like the kind of autonomy whereby we will also deal with international relations, whereby we can be represented in sports, culture, communications, and several ways. You see, let me start an example. In Hong Kong, they have their own passport. Ogoni people should be able to have our own passport. We should have our own passport. Ogoni people identity card and Ogoni people international, we should have it. That is what makes the system beautiful. We should have it. So that we know that yes, we are dealing with ourselves. If you look at UK, we have the United Kingdom. You have England, you have Wales, you have Scotland, you have Northern Ireland. Now, Northern Ireland is not in Great Britain. Great Britain comprises England, Wales, and Scotland. So when it comes to sports, in football, Wales represent themselves, Scotland the same thing, England the same thing. They all go to play their international football differently. They are not coming together as UK. No. So that is the kind of thing we want. Ogoni people should be able to be represented in international competition, whereby Ogoni people will play football being represented as Ogoni. Because the kind we have in Nigeria, look, all through, how many footballers have we produced? The greatest, the biggest we have, which we produced, was Joseph Yobo. Do you want to tell me that it is only Joseph Yobo that we have in Ogoni land? We have several talented youth. Several of them has wasted their talent because the opportunity is not there. How about Yobo, which is Joseph's elder brother? He tried to also play for Nigeria, and he was able to link his brother Joseph, and Joseph played for Nigeria, and we all know what happened. We all know how Joseph represented Ogoni people and Nigeria so well. I want to tell you, there are great talents that we have in Ogoni land. But when the opportunity comes, you have only one. When you're supposed to have many, it doesn't make you to develop. You don't develop at all. So out of maybe 22 players or whatsoever, you have just one. It's not supposed to be so. We should have an Ogoni football team that will represent Ogoni in international competition. We should have Ogoni athletic team that will represent Ogoni in international competition, wrestling and whatsoever. That is what is operated in UK. The people that colonized Nigeria. So this kind is beautiful. We should have Ogoni passport. Ogoni will be represented in sports competition abroad while we are still in that Nigeria. This is beautiful. If we do that, then we can develop. But if we continue the way we are, you already know the end of it. So this is the kind of autonomy that we want. So like Hong Kong, they have their passport, they do their own thing, and they are enjoying their lives. Even look, now let me tell you something. Even with what they have, they are not still satisfied. They are still aspiring for something greater than what they have. So if you be watching the news, you will discover that Hong Kong has been protesting for several weeks, several months now. So why can't we just borrow a leaf from these people and live a beautiful life in Nigeria? I am saying this because Ogoni people will demand autonomy from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And they are yet to call us, say, okay, let's sit down. Let's discuss what kind of autonomy do you want, so that we see how we can negotiate it peacefully for everybody to gain. They've not done that. We want the kind of autonomy that Ogoni people will have their own police, Ogoni army, so that they can protect us and represent while we are still in Nigeria. Then we can leave the federal government to take care of defense, to take care of other international relations. We can leave them to that. But I tell you, Ogoni people, we need to go ahead and insist on this autonomy so we can live a better life. Thank you, and God bless you.